Howdy guys, welcome back to Crooked Concepts. Today we're going to be going over Riot Platforms. It's been a decimating month. If you've been in the stock, I hope you haven't, but I do think right now is an excellent time to dip your toes back in if you've been on the sidelines. We're going to go over how they did in October, how they are going to be doing on my predictions in November, December, and January. So, buckle up and we'll get right into it. So for the month of October, they ended up producing 437 Bitcoin. That is a dip year over year and a dip month over month. The average Bitcoin produced per day came in at only 14.1. Obviously, again, dip month over month, dip year over year. The Bitcoin held increased by 37 total Bitcoin. The reason being they sold about 90%, the total being 400, and the proceeds ended up being around $46 million. The average net price per Bitcoin sold was 114,000, and the deployed hash rate total was 36.6, with the average being 33.2. Both great developments month over month and year over year. Power credits, my favorite portion, came in at 1.1 million for power credits. The demand response credits, a nice even 1 million. So total coming in was 2.1 million in power credits alone. Again, just for turning off my lights, that is what I get paid. The all in power credits was 4 cents per kilowatt. Amazing. I pay about triple that, quadruple that. Fleet efficiency came in flat for joules per terahash. We want this lower. We always want joules per terahash to be lower. That is fleet efficiency. The lower it is, the more efficient we are. Now, let's get into our predictions. Now, these numbers I have pretty much pulled out of my ass. So, they aren't anything special. I'm sure you could run these numbers yourself. We are going for November. They're going to produce the flat amount that they did for October, so around 440 Bitcoin produced. We're going to say that they amp up their average per day to around 14.7, and I'm thinking they're still going to sell about 90% of Bitcoin produced. I'm expecting the revenue to come in close to 46.5 million, and I'm hoping the average comes in at around 114,000 again. This would need a rebound. If Bitcoin doesn't recover, the revenue is going to be even lower. The deployed hash rate and operating hash rate, I'm expecting to either improve or come in somewhat flat. And the power credits, I'm expecting a winter drop. During winter, the on-demand power credits don't come in as often, and we usually can shift more towards producing more Bitcoin during the winter months. So that's my prediction for November. Let's see how it holds out in about 10 days, 20 days. So next we have our December forecast for 2025. I'm thinking that we're probably going to again be lowering our power credits because of the winter months, but amping up the production of Bitcoin. So I'm expecting around 460 Bitcoin produced. I'm thinking they're still going to keep selling around 90% of Bitcoin produced and pocketing the other 10%. So I'm expecting around 420 Bitcoin to be sold. I'm hoping it comes in around 115,000 per Bitcoin, but we need Bitcoin to recover in order for this number to match even remotely and for the revenue to match. So I'm not even going to talk about the revenue. The deployed hash rate, I'm expecting to increase, and operating hash rate, I'm also expecting to increase. And the power credits, again, I'm expecting to fall quite a bit. Fleet efficiency, I'm expecting to either get better or stay flat for December as well. So, January 2026, it'll be a brand new year, boys and girls. But the forecast is 480 Bitcoin, and I am still expecting them to sell nearly 90% of it. I think, of course, the Bitcoin produced per day will increase. However, I'm not sure if the revenue will necessarily match these predictions unless Bitcoin rebounds to 120,000 per coin. The deployed hash rate, operating hash rate, and fleet efficiency, I'm all expecting to get better. And the power cost should be the best of the entire year for 2026. Will it be? These are predictions. But let's hope for the best, guys. Expect the worst, hope for the best. This is Crooked Concepts, and thank you for listening.